Brandon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got 1 car on the bottom, the 10 cars.
Last year, Chad Cole, he took this race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway after leading 43 laps. Dwayne Vincent, your points leader, coming into this race here tonight. He finished 3rd. Hey, welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the granddaddy of them all. We're here tonight with the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, sponsored by Bob Earl Racing. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, we are in for a pretty good night here tonight. Clinton Monahan joining me up here in the booth. Of course, I'm covering for the ever so wonderful Evan Pasoko, who's on vacation again. I don't know where he gets so many days off here, Clint, but
yeah, I need to talk to you about that.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time up here anyway, and qualifying underway here at Indianapolis. But I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this might shape up to be one of them nights here at Indianapolis.
Oh, definitely. It's like the race last week that the Cup Series had at New Hampshire, but it's a much larger scale. Almost same banking in the corners, so it's going to be the same types of racing. And it's going to be just as much of a brawl as we had last week. Last week at New Hampshire was probably the best race I have seen in the Full Throttle Cup Series all year this year, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, let's talk about New Hampshire here a little bit. 8 cautions later, after 120 laps, Dwayne Vincent brings it home. He led 32 of that 120 laps, but C.J. Levere, who wasn't far behind, led the most laps for the night at 54. And I'll tell you what, the battle between those two was quite the deal. Joey Gattina, he would have finished 3rd. And Tequila Joe, Jose Gonzalez, was a solid top 5 finish for him. Adam Roberts finishes in 5th at New Hampshire. Stefan Marinak, who led 18, started 18th and finished 6th, didn't lead any of the laps. Of course, Marinak, I believe, was the points leader going into that race, if I'm not mistaken, at New Hampshire. He would finish 6th. Stephen Gottschalk with a solid 7th place finish. Jason Lester in 8th. 9th went to Mark Bratcher, who did an outstanding job after starting in 19th, and David Lanza in the starting 12th, and he finished 10th place at New Hampshire last week. And you're absolutely right. That was probably one of the better races I've seen here during the Full Throttle Cup Series, pretty much all season long. That was a fantastic race. Good short track stuff.
Yeah, and there were only 3 different leaders who led laps in the race, but even with that, there were still battles going on all over track. We set the cameras for like 19th and 20th, and they'd be 2 abreast going, 3 rows back. It was just a fantastic race all over.
Yeah, and and New Hampshire being one of those difficult tracks, I mean, the outside lane pretty much prevailed. We were at a truck race there last night, same thing. You just can't get anywhere down on the bottom. I mean, they really try hard, but the top line usually prevails. So you're absolutely right. The Full Throttle Cup Series race at New Hampshire a couple weeks ago, good stuff. Let's give them the rundown coming into the race here tonight. And I'll tell you what, Dwayne Vincent, starting out at the top up here, his 682 points to the good side up here. Chad Cole, he sits in 2nd, 35 points behind Dwayne Vincent. Chad Cole won this thing here last year. Dwayne Vincent, remember I told you, he finished 3rd, so that might be a battle here tonight at Indianapolis. And Clint finishing 26th last week. Guy Snyder, he's 95 points behind Dwayne Vincent. And C.J. Levere, with a good solid run last week. He's coming into the points battle here, 126 behind the leader. Rounding out your top 5, Clint, finishing 12th last week at New Hampshire, Rich Jett, 140 points behind Dwayne Vincent.
And another thing to keep an eye on, once I finish this, we go through 6th through 10th, is they do they follow the Cup points. So there's guys looking in on the outside like Chris Cable in 16th and Steve Ritter in 12th. They have wins, so if they could, you know, keep ahead of the guys in points, they should be all right. But sixth place is the Fuhrer of RSR, John Abbott. He's 164 points back, but that doesn't matter when we go through the chase format. Mark Bratcher, my teammate on Thursdays, he's done really well this year, keeping his car in the top 10. Ronnie Potts, 173 points back. Tequila Joe, Jose Gonzalez, 177 points back. He's got 1 pole and 1 win this year, and many top 5s and top 10s. And rounding out the top 10 in points is Steven Gottschalk. He's actually only made 19 of the 20 starts this year, so even with that, he's still doing well to stay in the top 10.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it could be anybody's game here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In fact, let's get the track facts out here for you. This is a 2.5-mile track, and I mean, it's the granddaddy of them all. I believe it opened up sometime around 1909, if I'm not mistaken. And Carl G. Fisher, James Allison, F.H. Wheeler, and Arthur Newby, architects, designed this track. And it's owned by Indianapolis Motor Speedway Corp. And 257,000, one of the biggest venues on the NASCAR circuit, I believe. It's an asphalt track, like I said, 2.5 miles, 4 turns. The banking in the turns, not a whole lot. Like you said, just like New Hampshire, about 12 degrees. And no banking on the straightaways. So not a whole lot of help in the turns, short chutes on both ends of the track. And, you know, and I've raced this track, Clint, and I swear to God, turn 1 is different than turn 3. But it really isn't. I mean, both ends pretty much the same deal, you know?
Yeah, and last Thursday in the RSR Asphalt Assault Series I was racing in, you really got to pay attention, JD, when you're entering the corners, and if you lose your spot, you have no idea where you're going to brake. I punted. I think it was Stefan Marinac. I punted him so hard going in the corner, but he's such a good driver, he able to save it. And I felt terrible for that punt too. I just lost where I was. I just, you know, I'm not sure I wasn't paying attention. I just lost where I was. But it's really, you got to really hit your marks here. You're going to slide up in the corners, come close to the wall, or you're going to get it. You're definitely going to get out of the groove. And once you're out of the groove, so many people can pass you, because once you are stuck on the high line, it will be a freight train.
65 laps here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and send it on down trackside to Cactus Cuties to present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and big thank you to the Cactus Cuties for those wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Of course, the virtual Thunderbirds for the flyby, and now for those most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
And the pair to beat tonight, Dwayne Vincent starting out on the pole. He is your points leader. Chad Cole in that number 8 machine on the outside. Chad Cole won this race last year. Dwayne Vincent finished 3rd, starting in the 2nd row. Rhett McBride on the inside in the number 15. The 45 Cale Dresbach on the outside in 4th. Eric Arnold, he'll be starting on the inside in the number 47 car tonight. The 26 on the outside, Tequila Joe Jose Gonzalez. Starting in 7th, Ben Burnett at number 37 machine. Starting in 8th, the number 58, Justin Wilson. Starting in 9th on the inside, the 05 of Chris Cable. And Clint starting in 10th position on the outside, CJ LeVere.
Yeah, CJ is another guy you got to look out for tonight. 11th place in the 52 car is Brian Lambert. To his outside is Brendan Mercer. 13th and 14th belongs to Guy Snyder. 4th is Stefan Marinac. 15th, 16th, Mark Bratcher, member of Peach State Racing. And to his outside, Glenn Campbell in the 44 car. 17th, Brian Harvey. To his outside is Ronnie Potts. The row right after them is John Abbott in the 10 car. Doug Roth in his Ford Fusion, number 43 on the outside, is 20th.
And Jade Williams, he'll be starting on the inside in 21st position in the 53 machine. The number 3 of Scott Brotherton, he'll be starting 22nd on the outside. Keith Brooks Jr. in the house in the 71 machine in 23rd, starting 24th. Ed Williams Jr. in that ETV Live machine. In second, in the 25th position, the 77, J. Randall Watkins. Jimmy North in the number 84, my partner in crime on the Rewind BS and Back Talk radio show on Tuesday nights. And the 88 machine in 27th on the inside, Adam Roberts. Matt Lacrosse on the outside in the 21 car. Starting in 29th, the 91 of Stephen Gottschalk. Mike King, he'll be starting on the outside in the 04 machine. Joey Gattina in the 14 car, starting 31st tonight. The 69, that belongs to Joseph Hayes in 32nd. 33rd position, number 33 car, David Lanza. Keep an eye on that 33 machine here tonight. The 36 car belongs to Rich Jett. He'll be starting 34th. 35th is going to be Nathan Bowers, who may not be starting this race at all tonight, guys. But Douglas Wyatt in the number 420, he's in the 36th position. Josh Cheney in the number 81 at the tail end of the field. So I'll tell you what, getting ready for 65 laps of full-on, full-throttle Cup racing here, sponsored by Bob Earl Racing, the Full Throttle Cup Series at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As the pace car comes off of turn 4, getting ready to make that left-hand turn. It's a long ways to the start-finish line, but the pole sitter can start this thing anytime he wants when the pace car pulls off, and Dwayne Vincent is off and away.
And the brawl at Indy has started. Dwayne Vincent will take a 2-car lead over Chad Cole, and for third place, Rhett McBride will hold on to it as you see the 45 Cale Dresbach get right back in. Jose Gonzalez got around Eric Arnold, and that is our top 5 coming out of turn 2.
And coming off of turn 2, headed down the backstretch, pretty much single file here. These boys know what's up here tonight. Single file racing. The draft means everything. You don't want to get left behind here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. No, this is not a plate track, cowboy, so it is muscle cars all the way here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You put the pedal to the metal and hope for the best here.
The guy I'm looking for to make his way to the front is Jose Gonzalez. He's already in 5th position, and after 1 lap, he's gained 1 position. But I know racing against him on Thursday nights, flat tracks, he does fairly well at, and he is closing in on the 45 of Cale Dresbach. And right on Jose Gonzalez's bumper is Eric Arnold. That's another guy you need to watch out for tonight.
You bet. And I was taking a check here on Stefan Marinac. He's back here in 15th position, that number 24 car. And, Marinac's usually a threat here on Thursday nights, but starting deep in the field here at Indianapolis, he's got his work cut out for him. Of course, last year here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it was all about Chad Cole, Dwayne Vincent, Doug Roth finishing in the top 5, and Jay Horton with a top 5 finish as well. Guy Snyder finished in 7th here last year. So we got some guys who know what to do to get the machine up here in the front. So I'll tell you what, looking for a good race at Indianapolis tonight.
And we got a car that has what looks like wreck. That's the 420 of Douglas Wyatt. He's, as you say in iRacing, he's turtled going down the back straightaway. I'm watching his replay right now. It looks to be he just got in the outside wall, lost it, and pounded the tires right out of turn 2. Kicked it sideways, and he was driving through the grass. He did hit the wall twice. He's on the access road right now in turns 3 and 4. He can't keep his car straight. It might be a day for Douglas Wyatt, and it's on lap 2.
As the field goes racing right on past him, Douglas Wyatt in big trouble here at Indianapolis early in the race. 2 laps in the books already here, and he's struggling to keep that thing on the access road and get it headed down pit road, get some repairs. There no caution coming out on the track here tonight, but I'll tell you what, Wyatt slowly inching his way towards pit road and doing a good job keeping it out of harm's way for the rest of the field. But in the meantime, let's check it back up front. Dwayne Vincent still holding down the Ford up here. Chad Cole chasing him down. Chad doesn't seem to be in any kind of a hurry here yet. Of course, with 65 laps on the board, he's got plenty of time to get the job done. But let's take it back here a couple of more notches. Let's check back with Kel Dresbach. I've seen this cowboy run a few times too before, and I'll tell you what, Kel Dresbach can get the job done. Got a funny feeling he's just going to hang back here with Jose Gonzalez and kind of work things out here a little bit.
Yeah, we had a couple long green flag tire runs last Thursday in the Asphalt Assault Series, so Cale could be trying to save his tires, and as Jose might be saving his tires too, but he's right up on the bumper of that 45 car. He's ready to make the pass coming out of 2 as he inches forward, and he looks inside. He's going to tuck in right behind him. Eric Arnold's just watching all this from his windshield back there in 6th place. Look for Jose to make the pass, probably coming out of turn 4. As these two, both him and Dresbach enter 3, and of course Jose does go high there. He misjudged the entrance, like I mentioned earlier. It's pretty easy to do here. You don't have much of a time to get your entrance right at this track.
You know, and it's difficult to see through these cars, unlike the old style cars, the ones that I was used to racing. Of course, that was eons ago. But as the 26 car goes to the pass on Dresbach here, come down into turn 1. Looks like he's going to get the bottom. That's where you need to be. Dresbach not giving it up easy, though. They're heading off into the short chute. But I got a funny feeling Tequila Joe is going to prevail down here on the bottom. He'll get a good run coming off. Dresbach going to have to pedal the throttle coming off the turn. And that's Jose Gonzalez up one more notch. But, you know, Clint, I've been here before, and turn 1 and the caution is out for the first time here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, it looks to be one of our newcomers was involved with that. Looks like the 91 of Steve Gottschall got up with the new guy, the 53 of Jade Williams, and there was also another wreck going on. That also involved the 21 of Matt Lacrosse. That was tough for him. Also in that wreck was the 69 Joseph Hayes. Scott Brotherton might have got a part of that somewhere else, but we do have our first caution here on lap 6.
Yeah, I'm looking at the replay here with the 91 machine. That's going to be Steven Gottschalk, and looks like him and the 83 just come together there. The 83, it looks like he come off the high side in there, just taking it down too deep, and they kind of met in the middle. So, and that started a big melee. Several cars involved here, and it looks like the worst of it might be the. Well, actually, there may be several of the worst ones here. Looks like Jade Williams in the 53 machine taking the worst of it as the car kind of climbs the wall there. But first caution of the night here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, Jade Williams' car is pointing to 10 o'clock. I was like, Matt Lacrosse has the most damage. I can see his fuel tank. I look at Jade Williams, she's gas tank in. He's pointing towards the infield even on the straightaway. So his night's probably done. They're going to make him pull over, or a sanctioning body will. And I'm looking for some guys to make some pit stops. It has been 7 laps. You could possibly take 2. The tire wear percentage should be around 98 or 99. If you were nice to your left sides. That is only on the left sides. Right sides would be in the low 90s.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and if it was me, I would come down pit road, and it looks like Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole are heading down, your two leaders here, along with the 15 of Rhett McBride, Jose Gonzalez coming down pit road, Cale Dresbach. Got a funny feeling they're just going to bring everybody down, and this is a really long pit road at 55 miles an hour. So I tell you, it's easy to just tap the throttle a little bit and go over that 55, get yourself that speeding ticket. That's a big no-no here at Indianapolis, because that will set you back quite a bit.
Yeah, that happened to C.J. Laverre last Thursday while he was, I think, in the top 5. That was the last caution or last pit stop we all made. We had a guy that stayed out, Guy Snyder 4th, going to get that extra bonus point, leading the lap. He'll probably come in next time by. He's the only guy that stayed out there. Everybody else is in the pits. And coming out first, yeah, Jose Gonzalez took 2 tires. Rhett McBride made his way out in front of Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole both. So we had a little bit of a mix-up in the top 5. And Eric Arnold makes his way around Cale Dresbach. So
2-tire stop, 8 laps into a 65 lap run here tonight, so that's probably a pretty good call at this stage in the game. Guy Snyder opting to stay out. Don't know if that was a smart thing to do. Of course, everybody behind him is going to have fresh tires, at least a pair of fresh tires. Dwayne Vincent, Chad Cole both taking 4 tires each. Jose Gonzalez with we're hearing a 2-tire change on that 26 machine. But doesn't look like Jose managed to gain anything. Still being shown in 5th position, but we'll see how it all hangs out here just shortly. But I was going to say before that caution, Clint, that, you know, racing this track, you come down that front straightaway and going into turn 1 seems like it's so much different than going down the backstretch into turn 3. And I don't know why that is, the psychological impact of the track, I suppose, but every corner here, each of the 4 corners are exactly the same. So I'm not quite sure why that mindset is that turn 1 seems like it's so different than turn 3.
JD, it's funny you mentioned that. It was in the back of my mind last Thursday when I was racing here. That there's a different approach for me going into turn 2 or turn 1 than it was turn 3. I don't know what it was. It's just a psychological thing, because there's nothing different except for scenery between those corners.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's funny how that psychological impact kind of hits you there, you know, going into each one of those turns. I mean, the front to the back is, you know, it's basically a rectangular shaped track, and it's the same on each end. So just a different mindset coming down turn 1. Of course, you know, you're going down a tunnel down turn 1. You got stands on both sides of the track. The fans are all screaming and hollering, standing on their feet. I suppose maybe that might have something to do with it, but I don't know. It's just it's been funny. It's been that way ever since I've raced here at this track.
It might seem a little narrower with all the stands, because you have stands on the infield too, and maybe that's just messing with us and with our minds, but that's how it works. And you know, I did think Guy Snyder 4th would pit, but he hasn't pitted yet, so he's probably going to stay out, see how this how no tires works. We should have about less than 2 laps before the green flag comes back out here at Indy. Your top 5 currently is Guy Snyder, Jose Gonzalez, Rhett McBride hasn't moved anywhere. He's kept 3rd position. Dwayne Vincent all the way from 1st to 4th, and Chad Cole from 2nd to 5th.
Guy Snyder probably looking for a couple of bonus points. He's sitting 3rd in the overall, so you know, a couple of bonus points certainly won't hurt. Hey, tonight's race is being sponsored by Bob Earl Racing, and I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this is a simulation racing cockpit designed by a championship race car driver, Bob Earl. Who better than a real race car driver to design a simulation racing cockpit? After all, he does know what it means to be comfortable in the cockpit. The design features a fully adjustable seat and frame, additional monitor stand, and shifter mount sold separately. Proud sponsor of the 2013 Full Throttle Cup Series right here at Real Sim Racing League. High quality and affordable virtual racing cockpit priced at $349 plus shipping. Hey, that's a Christmas present, birthday present. Christmas right around the corner anywho. See it at BobEarlRacing.com. You can order one tonight, Cowboy. BobEarlRacing.com.
I'll take one of those as a payment, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to get
serious.
one. I don't even race anymore. I'd like to have one. I could just sit in it and fall asleep.
Oh, it's great for activities. And the pace car lights are out. We will go green flag next time by, luckily, because these pace laps are brutal. Since this is a very large track here, everybody's doubling up. We do have one car, I guess it's out of the race. Douglas White, he's still in the pits, but I can't see him coming out. Jade Williams has retired out of the race. So if Douglas White can come around for about 5 laps, he can take over 35th and not finish dead last. Matt Lacrosse, Steve Gottschalk both had damage out of that wreck, along with Joe Hayes, but they're all back on the track. Gottschalk and Lacrosse are only 1 lap down, so they're going to brawl for 33rd. You see who will get the lucky dog whenever the green flag comes back out.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, you know, this is one of those tracks, just like Daytona, Talladega, a number of other tracks, where the draft is vitally important here on this 2.5-mile circuit. So, you know, any damage aerodynamically to the car, that will hurt in the end. We'll keep an eye on the 91 and the 21, Gottschalk and Lacrosse, throughout the race here, and see what they got, see if they can put it together here, and at least maybe work and try to get one of them laps back, get back on the lead lap. But in the meantime, hey, Cowboys, Guy Snyder out in front with Tequila Joe in second. He'll be starting up there on the outside. And Rhett McBride, Dwayne Vincent, Chad Cole, Eric Arnold in the house in that 47 car. Kel Dresbeck, the 45 car. Justin Wilson, Chris Cable rounding out your top 10 on the restart. Ben Burnett in that 37 machine. Ben Burnett, look for him to do something here too, guys. Ben Burnett, I've seen this Cowboy race. And, you know, if I was a betting man, I'd probably call my bookie, put some money in that 37 car.
That's a fairly good bet. We're coming out of turn 4. Pace car driver will cut left now, as our leader, Guy Snyder, will start the race, and he starts the race now before the green flag comes out. There is a little bit of space for Jose Gonzalez to sneak in, but also with Brett McBride to come up there really quickly, because he is the first car on 4 tires, and Jose will be able to stick his nose back in there and take over second place as everybody goes single file again at the start of lap 11 here.
Looked like Jose and the 15 a little bit slow on the throttle. Either that or Guy Snyder just got a heavy right foot. But I tell you what, Snyder off to a pretty significant lead here in the early goings off the restart here. But that probably won't last long. Like I said, the draft, it plays an important part here at Indianapolis as Gonzalez and McBride start to close the distance on Snyder up there in front. But pretty much single file all the way back. Probably the smart thing to do this early in the race. Lots of laps here. The caution comes out again for the second time here at Indianapolis. Try to roll around here and pick it up. Not seeing. I just went around the full field and I haven't seen anything yet. I'm just got to roll it backwards and park it and see if I can't.
Scott Brotherton self-spun in front of Dave Lanza, and he got his teammate Adam Roberts and the 14, the Joey Katina. Katina was involved. It was only really a 3-car wreck, but it was a self-spin by the guy in the Earnhardt car.
In the Earnhardt car, that would be that number 3 up there, and you're absolutely right. See if I can't get a closer. Early. Yeah, I'm actually trying to look at it from a couple of different angles here, and I think you're absolutely right. He just, you know, a little bit too, just went in a little bit too soon, a little bit too much angle on it, and you know, and of course, you know, this is something that I've seen here at Indianapolis too. You get down there and play around with that bumper down there along the apron, and that's going to throw you for a loop. And looks like the 3 made contact with the white curb down there just at the beginning of the turn, and of course that upset the car and around he goes.
Yeah, that curving really upsets the car, and if you catch the grass like I did last week, that's a whole nother story. I've already made my apologies for that mistake, but it upsets the car, and he overcorrected and cut left again to not hit the wall, and that's what got him loose again. And he just spun around and collected Adam Roberts and Joey Katina.
Yeah, and the smoke pouring off the 88 machine on the binders, trying to woe that 88 car up. No place to go. He's got the 81 up on the top side and just kind of smacks into the front end of the number 3 there. So the 88 taking a little bit of damage on that hit as well. So you can see the smoke on the replay coming off. All 8 of them pairs of tires up there is a 3 car broadside as we come right into the front of it. Wow, Cowboy, what a shot. That's John Wessling down there pushing the buttons for us on the cameras. I'll tell you what, magic fingers, there is no better when it comes to this camera work here on
His
ETV
wife
Live.
agrees.
And his what?
His wife agrees.
And his wife. Okay, now wait a minute. It's not 10 o'clock yet. Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
All right, adult TV coming at you
Stupid
from
hour.
ETV. It's a stupid hour. Oh my God! I tell you, this is probably one of the reasons why they don't put me in the booth very often. Evan, like I said, Evan Pasoka, he would have been here tonight, but he's off visiting Grandma, and you know, at his young age, grandmas are pretty important, so it's a good thing that he's spending some time.
Yeah, Evan keeps
with,
me in control.
Yeah, he keeps everybody in control. Yeah. We kind of get out of control here when we get the Cowboy in the booth up here with the rest of these boys. Well, I think we kind of get out of control. Yeah. But hey, as we're working this caution, we'll always step away and take our commercial break. First one of the night. You're watching live ETV Live, so don't wander off. We'll be right back.
If you're a serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built, and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products, reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com, and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, cowboy.
And we are back live, and I'll tell you who just snuck in upstairs, actually downstairs, is Evan Pasoko. He can't, he doesn't have any way to communicate, but he is tuning in, and he's kind of here vacationing. There you go. He's vacationing Evan Pasoko along to the right here tonight. I know he's tuning in and watching, so always glad to have Evan along here. He's really turning out to be another Dakota Erman. I'll tell you, the kid is highly responsible and does a hell of a job up here in the booth. I'll tell you that. Don't want to pop his bubble here or inflate his bubble here too much. But hey, working caution number 2 here. I didn't even write it down. Caution number 2 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Guy Snyder. A lot of these guys did not pit this time around. Hell, it was only about 3-4 laps here. But Guy Snyder up in front, Jose Gonzalez, I like to call him Tequila Joe. He's a good old boy from Puerto Rico. Rhett McBride up here in the front. Dwayne Vincent, keeping on that cowboy. I'll tell you what, that 13 machine, him and Chad Cole in the 8, those two guys are going to be starting 4th and 5th here on this go-round. But they're going to put up a hell of a battle here towards the end. I just got that feeling. Kel Dresbeck in the 6th position, that 45 car. 7th goes to Eric Arnold. Not much change. Justin Wilson, Chris Cable, Ben Burnett round out your top 10. And I believe it was Steven Gottschalk who gets the lucky dog here on this go-round. So that leaves Matt Lacrosse still hanging out 1 lap behind. It'll be his turn next, I believe, when if we have another caution as we get rolling here again.
Yeah, they're making their way around the track, and Adam Roberts is also out there. He got right up on the bumper of Lacrosse. They're trying to catch up. I guess he's getting a little impatient. But
bump drafting on a pace lap?
Yeah. There.
Is that what they call that? Bump drafting on a pace lap?
Yeah. Especially, that's weird. I don't know. I mean, you can bump draft here, but not under caution.
Yeah, no, I think the race officials frown upon that. But and we're gonna go in car with Eric Arnold in the 47 machine on the restart here. So keep an eye on the screen for that one. I know John Westling, he loves to go in car with that stuff down there. And I'll tell you, this is a pretty cool track to be doing it at. Big old long straightaway. Pace car getting set to pull off here. Make that sharp left-hand turn. Away he goes. Guy Snyder picking up the green flag for the 2nd time tonight with Jose Gonzalez on the outside. And we are flying off into turn 1. Of course, Guy Snyder drops all the way to the inside, trying to break the draft off of Gonzalez. Gonzalez pretty smart. He follows him right on down there. Single file all the way back here, Cowboy. Look at that shot from Eric Arnold's cockpit as we go through the short chute here off of turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Dwayne Vincent sneaks under Rhett McBride coming out of turn 1. Along with him is Chad Cole, and who's going to hop right in front of Rhett McBride. You see Cale Dressback coming in, but he's got Eric Arnold right on his inside. He is going to overtake him for the for the 5th position, and Chris Cable is sticking his nose right up on the Cale Dressback, but there's not any room. We are still single file 1 through 10 here at Indy.
And Arnold drove it in there way deep coming into turn 4 there. Coming off the turn, Arnold prevailed. Now he's going after Rhett McBride in the 15. The 15 up on the top as we come off of turn 1 in through the short chute here. This is a tricky part of the track as Arnold swings wide, almost into the wall, but he's going to get to position over the 15. So Eric Arnold clearly on a mission here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, with 17 laps in the books, he drops to the inside and tried to break the draft off the 15. Don't know if that's going to work or not. The 15 is still hanging out right there with him. Of course, he's got Kel Dresback back here in that 45 machine, with a little bit of draft help. So, let's talk about that here for a minute, Clint. When these guys drop to the inside to try to break that draft, it works if you're only if you're 2 cars in line. But if you got 3 or 4 cars behind you, it doesn't really work that well because the rest of them guys are still in the draft.
Yeah, they're still in the draft. But whatever you can try to do to get an advantage is still worth a shot. And if you can get him to try to follow you and maybe not come back up in time entering the corner, you could butcher your guys' races right behind you. And especially here, if you don't enter the corners correctly, you're screwed for really 2 corners, and that means so much here because you carry so much momentum. If you lose that momentum, it takes almost a full straightaway and a few more corners to get that back. And I'm looking up front right now. Jose Gonzalez he was under Guy Snyder. And remember, Jose's on 2 tires after that first pit stop, and Snyder took none. He got under him, but he was not able to make the pass. Looks like he clipped the curbing a little bit, kind of got his car out of whack. But really, you want to be right on under the white line almost halfway through it and get under it. And as I say that, Jose does catch up the guy again. He's about 4 feet off his bumper, so we're looking for a pass here coming out of probably when they get out of turn 4.
You bet. As we watch Jose try to put it together on Guy Snyder up there, let's take it all the way back to 17th position, number 33 machine, David Lanza. as he just goes screaming past the 71 car of Keith Brooks Jr. David Lanza in that 33 car started in 33rd position here, Cowboy, already up to 17th. He took a piece of the wall about a half a lap ago, got a souvenir sitting on the passenger seat next to him. But David Lanza certainly trying to make his mark here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and is on a march to the front. But I tell you what, Jose Gonzalez takes the lead from Guy Snyder up here in front.
Oh,
and,
contact.
Contact. I got to see that one again, Cowboy. Contact big time into the back of Guy Snyder's car.
Yeah, Dwayne Vincent got it right up there and gave him a little nudge. Probably let him, hey, guy, watch out, I'm here. I'm going to get past you.
Yeah, I tell you what, Dwayne Vincent on a mission for sure. Dwayne Vincent's the points leader coming into Indianapolis here tonight. He's got a 35-point advantage over Chad Cole. I tell you what, he's got his work cut out for him to try to maintain that lead over that number 8 car for sure. But I tell you what, it's a pretty good battle going on here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for sure here tonight. Single file pretty much all the way back. You know, after you get 3 or 4 laps in here, it's pretty difficult unless you're right, bumper to bumper with somebody in front of you there. But these guys get spread out here a little bit, and it's sometimes difficult to take another position here unless you're right on top of them. But so far so good here at Indianapolis. 21 laps in the books here, 65 on the board.
Another way to get in to gain position is stay right up on somebody's bumper while he's making a pass, and that makes it you. There's no way for the guy being passed to get back in. You get a free pass, as that sounds. I have been watching Eric Arnold. He's wheeling the car, but he was right up behind Chad Cole, ready to get around, ready for both of them to get around Guy Snyder. But now Eric Arnold is getting passed by Rhett McBride entering one. McBride catches the curbing, and him and Arnold make contact, gets in his nose, and as I say that, Chad Cole gets around Guy Snyder. So we had two position changes right there in one turn.
Eric Arnold, that 47 machine, letting all the ponies loose out here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I tell you that, Cowboy, he's on a mission too, as is most of these guys here tonight. Let's go a little bit deeper in the field and talk about some of these guys we haven't talked about yet. How about Chris Cable, the 05 machine back here? He just got wicked butt loose on the backstretch here about half a lap ago and was able to hang on to it. Don't know if we can pick up the replay of it or not. Probably a little bit too late. But Chris Cable doing an outstanding job sitting here in 12th position and just wheeling that 05 machine of his around the Speedway here tonight. In behind him, Doug Roth, that 43 machine. And Doug Roth, usually in a throwback Richard Petty-looking car for the most part, and I always love his paint jobs when he comes out to the track. Doug Roth back here in 13th position, guys.
Chris Cable just made the pass over Ben Burnett. Ben Burnett did get right back to his bumper, maybe trying to get back around him, but Cable has taken a 1.5 car lead over Ben Burnett, so we're gonna position change right there for 11. Doug Roth is waiting for something going on there, but how about Mark Bradshaw make his way up there? He's all over the bumper of the 43 of Doug Roth. He is looking high, looking low in his train car. Train is one of the better HVAC units out there, and as I said that, Dave Lanza makes his move right up on Mark Bradshaw. He was looking, then he decided, wait, get back in, I'll make a pass another way. And Mark Bradshaw runs Doug Roth up the track. He's looking low. He is low. He's going to take him low going into turn 2. He is at his door, and they are nose to nose going down the back straightaway.
All right, and I'll tell you what, Mark Bradshaw right even with that number 43 machine, STP, Doug Roth, neck and neck going into turn 3. 43 is going to jump off the throttle, give it to the 38. As they go into turn 3 here through the short chute. David Lanza is now side by side with the 43. This is a pretty good battle shaping up here off of turn 4 here as the 33 comes around, and he will get to position. That's David Lanza in that number 33 machine doing a fine job here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So I tell you what, there is some action happening back here in the back. You just got to kind of look for it as we move through the field. Single file all the way back. Let's go back to Brennan Mercer. I'd like to talk to him every once in a while, the 29 machine. Brennan just started kind of late in the season here with the Full Throttle Cup group, but Brennan Mercer with Gary Mercer Trucking, good buddy with the ETV Live Entertainment Network here, but Brennan having a good time here at Indianapolis.
And looking up front, Jose Gonzalez is our leader right now, but he did just get passed by Dwayne Vincent, which is to no surprise at all. Nothing against Jose, but Dwayne is the man to beat whenever you're in a race with him. I've done pro races with Dwayne about 2 or 3 years ago, and he is always the guy to. If he's in your mirror, he's not going to be in your mirror for long, because then you'll be seeing him outside of your windshield. Our top 5 right now, as of lap 26, is Dwayne Vincent, Jose Gonzalez, Chad Cole, Guy Snyder, and Rhett McBride.
And Dwayne Vincent finishing 3rd here last year. Let's talk about that 43 machine for just a second here. I failed to mention when we were talking about him that he did finish inside the top 5 here last year. With a solid 4th place finish. So Doug Roth in that 43 machine, come on Richard Petty, cowboy. But I tell you what, watching Chad Cole back here, Chad has dropped back to 3rd position. Almost looked like he might have taken a chunk off the wall off of turn 4 there. But Chad Cole, he won this race last year. So currently sitting back here in the 3rd position. He may, or actually 4th position, he may have his work cut out for him too.
And we just had another car retire from the race. Scott Brotherton, who brought out the 2nd caution. He was 9 laps down. He will finish 34th. Jade Williams, another guy just retired, 35th. And of course Doug Wyatt in the number 420. If that means anything. He's going to finish 22 laps down at least in 36th position.
All right, and we've got Chad Cole going to take over 2nd position here from Jose Gonzalez. Gonzalez drops back to 3rd place, and actually Chad Cole was in 3rd. That was Steve Gottschalk out in front. I couldn't get up there quick enough to find out who that was, but Chad Cole now chasing down Dwayne Vincent up there in front as they come across start-finish line. So score 1 for Chad Cole. And I'll tell you what, Dwayne Vincent, he just pretty much set sail here at Indianapolis, and as he does at pretty much any track. But one thing about him, he spends hours and hours and hours and hours on the track practicing. This is what makes that 13 machine so damn good.
And this is a hobby. It might be a hobby, but it's a hobby that he takes extremely seriously, and he doesn't enjoy the hobby unless he is out front winning. And if he's not leading, then he's hating life. And right now he's loving life because he has a 0.3 of a second lead over Chad Cole and Jose Gonzalez. Jose's dropping back a little bit, and so is Guy Snyder, who was our leader, but now he's back over a second behind Dwayne Vincent, and after that is Rhett McBride, who's almost 2 seconds behind him. So they're gaining a pretty large lead over everyone. Of course, the last person on lead lap, Joseph Hayes, he is almost 32 seconds off. And he does have a little bit of damage, so we're going to give him that, or else I'm sure he'd be within about 10 seconds. And within 10 seconds is being nice because it is Dwayne Vincent.
Yeah. Hey, let's go back here to about 26th position. Let's make mention of Jimmy North back here in the 84 machine, because I don't like talking about him too much. We got a pile of sheet metal piled up behind the studios here from that 84 car, but I'm sure Jimmy will be talking about it tomorrow night on the Rewind BS and Back Talk radio show that airs at 9 o'clock. We've got Matt Busa going to appear with us along with Andrew Fish. I tell you what, that was another race here at Indianapolis on Saturday night in the trucks. So we're going to talk to those 2 guys. And the I-rating thing, how much credibility do you really put on that I-rating thing? So that's all coming at you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on the Rewind BS and Back Talk radio show. Jimmy North, and now putting up a fight with the 91 machine. Jimmy North will prevail. The 91, that's Steve Gottschalk going. He just got the lap back and just went down that lap. So Gottschalk fighting to stay alive here at Indianapolis, all the way back here in 30th position.
And the battle I'm looking at right now is for the 6th position. Justin Wilson is all over Eric Arnold. He was about to make a pass right there out of turn 3 as Eric Arnold gets loose. Look at Justin Wilson going to try to make the pass around the outside. It looks like he might be able to do it because we're not even at the Formula 1 start yet. And he will he will edge out over Eric Arnold. That's one of the few passes you'll see on the high side, but that only happened because Eric Arnold did get loose coming out of 4, and it also helps that Justin Wilson looks like his car is on a rail right now. That's a good imitation of how Dwayne Vincent's driving right now, if I had to pick anybody other than Chad Cole. Another guy, we were talking about Mark Bratcher and his Massengale Express Service HVAC company car. They train on the side of that car. Of course, nothing runs like a train. He's lost 13th position to Dave Lanza, who is all over Ben Burnett, looking for 12th, and they're about 6.5 seconds behind our leader, and here on lap 31.
You got watching Mark Bratcher in 14th position back here, and he's running down David Lanza up there in front in the 33. He started at 33rd. Lanza on the move all the way up to 13th. Last time we reported on him, he was right around 18th, 17th, somewhere in there. But he's chasing down the 37 of Ben Burnett. All three of these guys, you know what, it ain't over until it's over. 32 laps in the books here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Why don't we step away, take a real quick commercial break. You're watching it live. ETV Live, Cowboy. It's the only game in town. We'll be right back.
Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car.
InsideSimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
And we are back live here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the Full Throttle Cup Series, sponsored by Bob Earl Racing. And back here about 16th position, watching the number 24 machine, Stefan Marinac running down Mark Bratcher up here in the front. Marinac not faring so well here tonight. Marinac actually started in 14th. He's still in 14th. So we'll see what Marinac's got for the rest of the race. But in the meantime, Mark Bratcher in that 38 machine, he's trying to run down Ronnie Potts out there in front of the number 2 machine now. So looking pretty sweet out here. But pretty much single file, not a whole lot of battles happening right here, right now. Running out in front is Dwayne Vincent, Chad Cole, Jose Gonzalez, still occupying 1, 2, and 3 up there in the front.
We do have someone that has come to pits. That's Guy Snyder. Remember, he stayed out during the first two cautions. This is where your fuel run is here on lap 34. Now that he's pitted, though, he should be able to make it to the end of the race. So this is some interesting pit strategy we got going on if this race does stay green. We do have another car that's gone a lap down. That's Steven Gottschalk, who's a lap down, and we have more cars in the pits. Josh Cheney, who's got previous damage, along with Matt Lacrosse, who's involved in that second caution. They are on pit road right now, and Keith Brooks Jr. has retired out of the race. And his number 71 car, he will probably finish in the 33rd position tonight, JD.
Cowboy. The Cowboy. I'll tell you what, a tough night for some of these guys here at Indianapolis. And when it comes out and bites you, it takes a big old chunk. And we've got, looks like Jose Gonzalez in number 26 machine on pit road. He's going to come down. It'll be 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats for that number 26. Tequila Joe on pit road. We'll keep an eye on the 13 of Dwayne Vincent, still on the track with Chad Cole. These guys should be dropping down here momentarily. And I don't know, I'd keep an eye on that Jose Gonzalez. If I was the 8 and the 13, I think I'd be coming down this time by as they come into turn number 3 through the short chute. We'll keep an eye on these two side by side, watching the 26 down on pit road and the 13 and the 8 machine coming through turn 3. They'll come through turn 4, and then we'll see if they break off and come down. No, they are not. They're going to stay out on the track, so this might be a tough call for the 8 and the 13. Jose Gonzalez, he's going to restart, 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats. He's good to go to the end.
It's like you're on the ranch again, cowboy. I've been listening to the radio, and Mark Bratcher was on there talking to his crew about he had a little run-in here with Ben Burnett. I'm looking on the replay. Ben Burnett got loose coming off turn 4 on lap 35 as Mark Bratcher was looking low, and there were kind of a little feedback going on back and forth as John Abbott tried to, he looked low to try to get around that, and then he just got on the brakes, not wanting any part of what was going on. We're still waiting for everyone else to come down pit road. It's an interesting strategy by Jose Gonzalez. I can see why Guy Snyder the 4th pitted, because he was the only car on the track that I've not seen pit road since the start of the race. And of course, he is the last car in the lead lap. And as I say that, he's no longer the last car in the lead lap. Brendan Mercer is the last car in the lead lap, as he is now in the pits. And in front of him in 28th position, Jose Gonzalez. Guy Snyder 4th is 27th. Fittingly, he is number 27. And look who's made it back in 26. Joseph Hayes with damage. That poor guy, he's just racing what he can right now. Up front, though, Dwayne Vincent does have 0.2 of a second lead over Chad Cole.
You know, if Guy Snyder can hang on to it up here, he might have been the smartest one of the bunch. Come down early, 4 new shoes and bucket oats for that 47 car. He's out in front of Jose Gonzalez by about, let's call it a half a second or more. But if Guy Snyder can hang on to it as they cycle through, he might have a shot at it. You got to stay out in front, but we're still watching the 8 of Chad Cole and the 13 of Dwayne Vincent. Remember, Chad Cole won this thing last year. Dwayne Vincent finished 3rd here behind Chad Cole. So they are both still out on the track as they work past Steven Gottschalk up here on the top side. Going to lose another lap. 91 machine going to go down 2 laps here at Indianapolis. But I don't know. I think the 8 and the 13 are taking a huge risk here by staying out this long. Of course, they're probably going to minimize the amount of laps they've got left when they do come down. But we'll just have to keep an eye on how everything plays out here at Indianapolis. I mean, this is a place where strategy plays an important part of your race, especially with a pit road that seems like it's about 8 miles long.
Yeah, we got about 28 laps left here. It's a 65-lap race. And Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole are both banking on another caution, which is, you know, not too much to think of, because there will be cautions, especially as flat of a track this is. And as I say that, yeah, and you know, we got John Wesley talking to me here. They are losing a second a lap, so they need that caution they've been talking about to happen soon. But they still hold the top 5. I don't see what they're doing as a problem. Of course, I also think what both Guy Snyder and Jose Gonzalez, Joey Gattina have done is a good idea by trying to kind of short pit, and it's working as they are a second ahead as we are here at Indy on lap 38.
You bet, and I'll tell you, we'll just keep an eye on the 13 and 8 machine out there in front, but Rhett McBride pretty much in the same boat in the 15 machine. He's running in 3rd position behind Snyder, or behind Vincent and Cole, but I thought, I thought Jose Gonzalez was going to start setting up the green flag pit stops, but nobody else is coming down pit road, so these guys, who was that?
Rhett got loose. He smacked the wall.
Oh, Rhett got loose.
Yeah, he come out of turn 3 and he just ran out of track, and all of a sudden the wall was there. That happens occasionally when you're driving.
Yeah.
He still, he still holds it up in front of Eric Arnold though, because Eric's about a second and a half behind him, with Justin Wilson right on his tail, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, and Wilson just going past the 05 of Cable up here, and now the number 4 of C.J. LeVere back here in 7th position as these guys starting to tangle it up. I got a funny feeling what we're seeing here are loose conditions on these cars developing late in the run. 41 laps in the books. Remember, this is only a 65-lap race at Indianapolis here tonight, so as these laps start to wear down, I don't know, Chad Cole and Dwayne Vincent up here in front, they have not pitted yet. Jose Gonzalez and Guy Snyder have already come down pit road, made their stop. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out once they all come down on pit road. They have to make a stop. There's no question about it. They will have to stop. but just a matter of when they will do that. But in the meantime, what we're seeing now are loose conditions starting to develop on these cars, so green flag pit stops for all of these guys probably pretty imminent here, Clint.
That is a great point you make, because as you say that, Chris Cable and Mark Bratcher both come over the radio and letting everybody know they're going to pit, as you see. Well, actually, Mark Bratcher is exiting the pits along with John Abbott and Ben Burnett. But for Cable to pit this time by along with Justin Wilson, who's coming over radio, and Eric Arnold. So pit stop are starting to happen. Looks like Dwayne and Chad Cole are going to make their pits soon. As I say that, 37 Ben Burnett gets loose in the corner, but Justin Wilson is pitting this time by as they enter lap 41.
And I saw the 33 of David Lanza also down there on pit road as well, as the 8 and the 13 work off of turn 4. It's not going to be this time by, Cowboy, so we're going to put another lap on the books for your leaders up here. In the meantime, green flag pit stops underway. The 58, Justin Wilson, coming down pit road. Cable apparently made contact with another car there on pit road.
He may have gotten into Rhett McBride. I'm checking replay right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like 3 things. You know what I need? I need to load up a second game on the second monitor over here and keep an eye on some different things. But it's a lot easier engineering these things. As 13, Dwayne Vincent coming down pit road, and Chad Cole opts to stay out. Number 13, Dwayne Vincent, your leader, on his way down pit road. We'll keep an eye on that situation as Chad Cole opts to stay out. We'll see if Chad Cole will bring it down next time around as Cole works through the short chute off of turn 1 and 2. He'll head on down the backstretch. In the meantime, Dwayne Vincent working himself down pit road, and it's about 8 miles long down there to his pit box. And I'm sure it's going to be 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats for that number 13, Dwayne Vincent, finishing 3rd here last year. So he's looking for a trophy here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Chad Cole, in the meantime, he works down through turn 3, coming through the short chute into turn 4. We'll see if he makes his stop this time by as he tucks it down right down onto the apron and gotten onto the binders. The 8 machine making his stop. He comes down pit road. So Chad Cole, who won this race last year, making his stop on lap 45, and Dwayne Vincent has already got his stop done and out of the way. He's on access road through the short chute and back out on the track. So Chad Cole working his way down, and man, I'll tell you, it's just it's such a long pit road at 55 miles an hour. Unlike the open wheels, they come down at about 75 miles an hour, but man, I'll tell you what, the 8 machine pulls into his pit box, Clint, and it's going to be 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats for that car.
Also coming down pit road is Brian Lamberth, Doug Roth, Mike King. Looking for Eric Arnold, I can't find him. But those cars have also made their pit stops. Everybody else has already made their pit stops, so it's about, these are the last guys to make their pits. It was a good idea to stay out, but our new leader is Chad Cole right now as he exits the pits. Rich Jett in 2nd, CJ LeVere in 3rd. Nice to see him up there. Eric Arnold has retired out of the race, so he must have had problems.
Yeah, Eric Arnold, he's exiting. I've got him picked up here. He exits the pits, misses the out lap, and gets it off into the grass on the access road off of turn 2 and into the inside wall, doing a lot of damage to that 47 machine, and he just pretty much pulls it over on the apron down here and climbs out of the car and hollers for the tow truck. So Eric Arnold pretty much done for the night, I think, here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Dwayne Vincent now with pit stops for Chad Cole, and Dwayne Vincent's completed. Chad Cole is leaving his pit box. Dwayne Vincent in a 13 machine as he comes through the turns here. I believe when he comes past the scoring tower, he will be the leader. Chad Cole still working off of turn 2, off the access road, makes his way down the backstretch. In the meantime, Dwayne Vincent trying to get an eyeball on where these two guys are here, but I think Dwayne Vincent may. Actually, I think Chad Cole might have had a faster stop than Dwayne Vincent, and Cole might be your leader this time by.
Almost 5-second lead over Dwayne Vincent.
Yeah, big time. So I'll tell you what, Dwayne Vincent must have had some kind of an issue down there on pit road. Almost a 5-second lead or deficit behind Chad Cole. So Chad Cole out to the front here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on lap 47. Jose Gonzalez, who remember stopped early with Guy Snyder in that 27 machine. They're both about, Gonzalez is about almost 7 seconds behind. Snyder's about 2 seconds behind the 26 machine. So Gonzalez got to do what he can to make up some time, running about 2 seconds behind Dwayne Vincent. So as much as these guys are spread out, they got less than 20 laps to get the job done, or about 22 laps to get the job done here.
And a guy I'm looking at right now up in the 6th position who's come back from starting 16th and staying back there really until pit stops. That's Glenn Campbell in the Penske Pennzoil Ford Fusion number 44. He's made his way up there, and it's nice to see him up there because he hasn't been up there all race. And you know, pit stops are huge here. As long as pit road is, you have to be on spot, on point. And of course, Chad Cole's pit crew was on point, as he has a 5 2/10 of a second lead over Dwayne Vincent. If there's anybody you have to beat to win, that's Dwayne Vincent. So Chad Cole could be running away with this thing as we have little less than 17 laps to go here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. JD, I'm having a great time here, Cowboy.
I'll tell you what, we are having a good time, Cowboy. And I'll tell you what, earlier I said keep an eye on that 33 machine. Well, sneaking up here inside the top 10, sitting in 7th position after starting 33rd. The 33 car of David Lanza, who finished 15th last year at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So keep your eye on that number 33 Team Manchild orange and black car down there of David Lanza. He ain't done yet, Cowboys. This thing starts to wind down. But watching Chris Cable here in the 05 machine, he's had a pretty tough night here, but still managing to keep it inside the top 10. Stefan Marinak, he finally works himself into the top 10 here, sitting in 9th in that 24 machine. So Marinak struggling early on in the race. And I'll tell you what, if you have your struggles here, it's up to your pit crew to get you in and get you out, try to make up some of that time, and I think that's exactly what happened to Marinak, David Lanza, certainly Chad Cole able to make up all that time on Dwayne Vincent. So I tell you what, this is starting to play out to a pretty good finish here at Indianapolis, Cowboy.
That's right, JD, and one thing I do want to mention is if you're watching tonight's, or you can't watch tonight's race, you can always listen to us on ETV Live Radio. It's on the HD Radio Network. It's home of the ETV Live Radio course. The HD Radio Network gives you a variety of stations to choose from, including big 80s metal, all HD Radio classics, all HD Radio country, and more. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude. HD Radio Network stations are featured on iTunes Radio, TuneIn Radio, and also listen in the Windows Media Guide. Listen today from HDRadionetwork.com or take it with you. You can get the mobile app TuneIn.com.
You bet. I keep pestering these guys. Every time I engineer these races, I keep on these guys about doing their plugs, on-air plugs, and here I sit with my list. I ain't done a damn one of them.
Except for one.
Except for Bob Earl.
Glenn Campbell is on pit road again.
Yeah, just flipping over to Glenn Campbell here, trying to see what's going on with Campbell.
Black
rolling
flag?
It back here. I don't know whether it's a black flag or not. He does get out of shape coming off of turn 4, but not so bad as out of shape to where he needs to come down pit road.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He's going to pit stop right now, and he's just now leaving his pit stall. That is a tough break for Glenn Campbell. He was up to 6th in that Penske Pennzoil Ford Fusion number 44. Glenn's one of those guys you see up there every race. He's a tough racer. I know from racing him on Thursdays. That's what's great about me broadcasting the Monday races. I race with most of these guys on Thursdays, so I can give a pretty, I like to think so, a pretty good perspective on that. As you see, Campbell come out of the pits right now, but that is a tough break. That changes a lot of stuff as Dave Lanza, who has come back starting in the 33rd position. He's now 6th. Outstanding race by Dave Lanza.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, 15th place finish here last year. This is a little bit of a redemption for him if he can get it up there and do battle with Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole. But Chad Cole still has almost a 6-second lead over Dwayne Vincent. Jose Gonzalez can't seem to make his deficit up either. He's running 9.3 seconds behind. In behind him, pitting the same time as the 26 car, the 27 of Guy Snyder, who's almost 13, almost 14 seconds off the lead up here, guys. So I'll tell you what, this all boils down to getting in and getting off pit road in lickety-split time. And I'll tell you what, Chad Cole's pit crew, number 1 here tonight at Indianapolis. And it may be tough for Dwayne Vincent to make up that 6 seconds. Checking the lap times here, Vincent's running about a 51.5, let's call it a 51.6, to Chad Cole's 51.5. So I'll tell you what, Vincent's got his work cut out for him as the laps start clicking off. 9 to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it could be too little, too late. He did gain about a 10th on that lap. We do have 11 laps left here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but that's going to be real tough for him to try to catch up to him. There has to be something catastrophic to happen to Chad Cole for Dwayne to get ahead of him in this race. But how about Rhett McBride, Mr. Consistency this race? He's trying to hold on to 5th place right now, and as I say, that Dave Lanza is looking low on him as we are on the back straightaway. They are, and yeah, McBride's gonna let him go by. He's not gonna try to battle him. He's gonna go try to get his points. Dave Lanza's going to take over the 5th position all the way from 33rd. So 55 laps, that's pretty good for Dave Lanza to make it all the way up there in that Chevy SS.
And the number 84 machine, Jimmy North, all the way back here in 27th position, down 3 laps. And I tell you what, Cowboy, I'm going to have to speak to that young man. I don't know what's going on here, out for a Sunday drive here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but Jimmy North hanging on to that 84 machine. I know what he's up to. He doesn't want to pile up another car out back behind the studio here and be selling souvenirs to the fans that come by the office here at ETV Live, so I know what he's up to. But right now it is the Chad Cole Show here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. Of course, again, sponsored by Bob Earl Racing. Let's get a plug in for him real quick. Simulation Racing Cockpit designed by championship race car driver Bob Earl. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, who better than a real race car driver to design one of these things? I mean, he knows what it means to be comfortable inside the cockpit. And this design features a fully adjustable seat, the frame, additional monitor stand, and a shifter mount are sold separately. And he is the proud sponsor of the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series right here live on ETV Live every Monday night. High quality and affordable virtual racing cockpit priced at just $349. And dude, I have looked at them all out there, and this is a Christmas present. Very affordable. You can see it at BobEarlRacing.com. In the meantime, with 57 laps in the books, 9 laps remaining here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it is absolutely Chad Cole out in front by 5, let's call it 6 seconds in front of Dwayne Vincent. Jose Gonzalez in 3rd, 9 seconds, almost 10 seconds back. Guy Snyder almost 15 seconds back. David Lanza inside the top 5 in 5th position, 17 seconds back. Don't think there's enough time for him to make it up.
And making his way to 6th position, Stefan Marinak just passed my teammate on Thursdays. That's Rhett McBride and his Fanatic Ford Fusion. He's also had a fantastic race. He's come up from the 14th position. So I know Dave Lanza. He's the gamer of the race. If we were giving out that award, he's the guy that's toughed it out, because it is so hard to make a pass here. Even if you watched the Cup race last Sunday, I didn't because I was working out and sleeping, but after watching highlights, there was, I think, not many laps, not many lead changes, but to come from 33rd to 5th is a win in itself for Dave Lanza. He should be proud for him and his team.
Oh yeah, and I've seen Stefan Marinak. I'd like to get him on our radio show on Tuesday nights too. I've watched Stefan Marinac. I mean, this cowboy, he can ride a wild bronc like the rest of them, like that 33 machine, that David Lansdowne, that 33 car. But for Marinac, you know, for the most part of the race was mired back there about the middle of the pack. Difficult to get around here at Indianapolis, but certainly trying to put forth an effort to get up inside the top 5. He's got David Lanza, who's about a little less than a second out in front of him. Don't know that he's going to be able to put down enough laps here to get the job done with 7 laps remaining. But he is closing the distance on the 33. So a top 5 might be in the works here for the driver of that number 24 machine here tonight.
Yeah, he's got about 6/10 to go in about 6 laps here. We do have 6 laps left right as the 33 went across the line. Our leader is still Chad Cole. He's up ahead of Dwayne Vincent by 6 seconds and 2/10 of a second. All he has to do is hold on to it, and this will be Chad Cole's race, just like last year. Rounding out the top 5 again is still Dwayne Vincent, Jose Gonzalez, Guy Snyder, and Dave Lanza. But Dave better watch out because Stefan Marinac is hauling the mail, bringing it up real quick. And starting to fall back though is Brett McBride. His tires are a little worn out. Chris Cable is about 3/10 behind him, and he's catching him. So that may be one of the only few battles we have left going on in this race.
And a caution flies again here at Indianapolis, and rolling around here trying to figure out what happened. That one kind of snuck up on me. All of a sudden I looked over and there's the caution flag waving.
It looks like Justin Roberts or Adam Roberts was involved. Adam Roberts, I apologize.
Hearing Adam Roberts in the 88 machine. Let's roll it backwards here just a little bit more. Yeah, the 88 car definitely involved. Hits a solo spin though, off of turn 4. The 88 into the outside wall, bounces off like a ping pong ball, and oh, the abutment right there at the start of pit road. And that's what's going to bring the caution out here for the last time at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As man, I got to take a look at that one more time. I mean, that might even be worth a look out the windshield. He comes off of turn 4 here, looks in pretty good shape. Back end starts coming around. He tries to gather it back up. He just barely tags the outside wall, and like a ping pong ball bounces into the inside wall, and then wham, right into the abutment right there on the edge of pit road. Wow, what a hit.
Yeah, just like his teammate Scott Brotherton, they both spun coming out, it looks like turn 4. And that pit wall came out of nowhere when you're spinning like that for Adam Roberts. He's parked his car. His race is over. We do only have 5 laps left as we come in to take 4 laps left to go. We might get a green-white checker or a green checker. It's all dependent on what car's up front pit or not. But really, this is the time for you to stay out if you are in the top 10.
And, you know, it'd be a foolish crew chief to call his driver down. If you're running in the top 5, you know, call him down on pit road for any kind of service. I mean, we know that they've got enough fuel to go the distance. Tires, it's only been about less than 30 laps, I think, maybe for a lot of these guys up in front. Certainly Chad Cole, Dwayne Vincent, Gonzalez, and Snyder. Remember, they pitted about 6 laps earlier than Cole and Vincent. So don't know that Gonzalez and Snyder have enough tire left to do anything, but this certainly will change the game here on the restart. Bunching these guys all back up again. Now keep an eye on that 33 machine, because it ain't over for him yet. Neither is it for that 24 of Stefan Marinac, who's worked himself finally up into the top 10 here tonight. But this certainly sets up a whole different ball game here for the finish.
That does change everything, because now Dwayne Vincent is now back in this race, and that's the last thing Chad Cole wanted to see, along with Jose Gonzalez in his mirror. They'll probably get the green flag with 2 laps or 1 to go, and Adam Roberts, he does take fault for that. I mean, he has to. It's like anybody made him spin. But Chad Cole is our leader here on lap 62. This race has definitely made a big change now, because this is now a race that could be won by Chad Cole, Dwayne Vincent, Jose Gonzalez, or Guy Snyder. And I'm excited for this next restart. We have had our last caution, so once we get the green flag, that is it.
That is it. If it happens to fall again on this one lap, on the restart lap, that is game over here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Full Throttle Cup Series. And I tell you what, I know Chad Cole. I've talked to this young man before, and I know what's going through his head. He did not want to see this caution flag because he knows what that Dwayne Vincent's all about. And I guarantee you, Chad Cole's going to be looking out both windows and the mirror, looking for that number 13 machine to try to keep him in check. But I tell you, this ought to be, if we're lucky enough to get the restart, lights are still on the pace car. They should go off this time by to give us one lap, I believe, to the finish. But we'll just have to see how race officials call it.
If the race officials have any soul whatsoever, they will go one to go next time by. We can only hope, because not only would finishing under caution be boring, we got to get this going because the beer has settled in my system and I must use the bathroom. But we are still waiting for.
Is that bucket still down there underneath the desk there, underneath the counter? Look down there and see if that bucket's still down there.
But luckily I'm very close to the outside, so I can just walk out the door without having to go upstairs.
Yeah, just don't. Well, never mind.
I got you. I got you.
The lights are still on the pace car. That means we're going to get one more time around. Next time by, the lights should go off. I think that's going to set us up for one lap, dude.
Said we might have a green checker instead of a green-white checker, and I know I like to be.
Somebody unplugged your microphone. Say it again.
I'm going to put 100 down to my bookie that I am right, because I did say we'll do a green checker, and that's what it's looking like right now. So let me go put 100 down real quick.
There you go.
At least that much back.
Lights have to go off on the pace car this time by. If they don't, it is game over, Cowboys. So we'll see. Pace car working off of turn, turn 4, I think, going to come down the front stretch here. So we'll see what happens here. But I tell you, Chad Cole, he's another one probably, well, I don't know, how late? Are we still on late night TV here? But I tell you, Chad Cole's got to be worried, dude. He's got to be worried. He's got Dwayne Vincent behind him. Now, Jose Gonzalez, Tequila Joe. Now, this kid is no slouch either. I mean, this kid could be a threat. But David Lanza sitting back there, he's key to the whole thing, that 33 car. David Lanza will come unfreaking glued, dude.
Lights are off!
No, the lights are off. Here we go.
Yeah, unless he gets a big run at me.
That is the best thing I've
Chad
seen all
Cole,
race, Cowboy.
Hey, we got Chad Cole on the radio. Chad, the Cowboy up here with Clint Monahan. As the lights are off on the pace car, you got the 13 machine on the outside on the restart. Jose Gonzalez in behind you. David Lanza in that 33 machine starting 5th. What's going through your mind, bud?
Just try not to spin the tires on this restart. Like I was telling the guys, I had about 55 laps on my left sides here now, and yeah, they're pretty worn out. But just see what it can do. Just that's all I can get is a good restart. Try to get away from Dwayne as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. And I tell you what, I got to congratulate your pit crew. That was a fantastic stop you made. You had a 5-second deficit, or a 5-second lead over Dwayne Vincent, who also had a fairly decent pit stop. But I'll tell you what, this last caution kind of threw that out the window. But I'll tell you what, how much time are you going to be spending looking in your rearview mirror?
None right now. Just got to look forward.
Look forward. All right, Cowboy, good luck to you. I know you've got your work cut out for you down there. Chad Cole, the driver of that number 8 machine, on the radio with us. I'll tell you what, we're getting set to have one terrific finish here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the Full Throttle Cup Series, real sim racing. Ain't no better on Monday nights live right here on ETV Live on Channel 1 every Monday night up in the booth with Clint Monahan. Evan Pasocco standing by. I know he's watching. He's at Grandma's house this week, and of course that's where he needs to be. But coming off of turn 4 here, the pace car dancing around up here, getting ready to pull off. He'll make that left-hand turn as we get ready to get things rolling back here one more time. I'm going to keep an eye on Dwayne Vincent up here and Chad Cole on the restart, and Chad Cole gets a huge jump over the 13, asleep at the wheel. The 26 machine back here, Jose Gonzalez, holding his own. The 27 alongside, neck and neck with the 13 and the 27. The 26 on the bottom. Chad Cole is away.
Cowboy, that is exact start that Chad Cole needed. All he has to do is hit his marks, and he is in. And really, I'm surprised by Jose Gonzalez, because he should have. Oh, we have a huge wreck in turn 2. Dave Lanz is around. Multiple cars have run into him.
Oh, and no caution,
that is a
Cowboys.
Nasty wreck. There is no cautions, of course. The 44, Glenn Campbell, 29. I'm seeing multiple cars. Ed Williams Jr. in our ATV Live car. The 69 is involved. Huge wreck out of turn 2. That is real
coming
tough
off
break,
of turn 4. Coming off of turn 4. Chad Cole to the lead up here. Dwayne Vincent trying to run him down. Isn't going to happen, Cowboy. Chad Cole going to cross the start-finish line and pick up the trophy from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Dwayne Vincent will finish second. Jose Gonzalez, Tequila Joe in that 26 machine with a third-place finish for him tonight. Guy Snyder with a solid top 5 and 4th. Chris Cable in the 05, he'll finish 5th tonight here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Rounding out the top 10, Stefan Marinak, C.J. LeVere, Rhett McBride, who's been in the top 10 all night, was there. His teammate Mark Bratcher right behind him, and rounding out the top 10 was Ronnie Potts.
And I'll tell you what, this is, you know, Chad Cole won this thing last year. I don't know, of course, last year he led the most laps as well, 43 of the 65. I don't have the numbers here tonight. Don't know. I don't think he's led that many here tonight at Indianapolis. 22. I'm hearing that Chad Cole led laps here tonight. But I'll tell you what, this Cowboy could get the job done at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for sure. And Dwayne Vincent, I'll tell you, what a solid run that 13 machine had here tonight. As we come across and start the celebration here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Chad Cole down there, of course, making his way down to the start-finish line here. He's going to probably crawl out of that machine of his, walk over and kiss them bricks, kiss my bricks here at Indianapolis here tonight. And as he does his burnout there, right up there in front of all the fans, why don't we go ahead and step away. Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, the Bob Earl Racing post-race show here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway with your top 3. So don't wander off. We'll be right back.
If you're a serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built, and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products, reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com, and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, Cowboy.
And welcome back to the post-race show here live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm down here in Victory Circle. What a celebration down here. And this is the second time in 2 years Chad Cole's picking up a trophy from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He led 43 of the 65 laps. Last year, 22 of the 65. This year, Chad Cole, it's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I snuck one away from Dwayne there. I did a full run yesterday, and I noticed the left sides really didn't wear a whole lot, so I knew it was going to be about a 20-lap run once we had to get pit stops. So that was my call there, to go for the right sides, and it paid off. Took just the right amount of fuel, and actually it wasn't too bad. It actually handled pretty well.
Just feel like a little bit of redemption after coming back from New Hampshire with a dismal finish there?
Yeah, I've been. It's kind of nice to have a week off there because I had a rough stretch there at Daytona and New Hampshire. Didn't get a whole lot of laps completed at either of those tracks, so it feels good to be back here. Really love Indianapolis racing here. Fun track.
And, you know, you're sitting 35 points behind Dwayne Vincent coming into this race here tonight. You know, it's going to be a mad dash to the chase here. What are your plans for getting up to the chase and then working with Dwayne?
Well, right now I'm going to have to really step up the amount of practice I put in. I really don't practice a whole lot, maybe a couple hours each week coming up to this Monday race. And I know Dwayne, I'm sure he's done a bunch of races the last couple weeks leading up to here, and that's what he does. He does a lot of practice, and you can definitely see it, how he races.
I'll tell you what, Dwayne Vincent can ride a wild bronc with the rest of them, Cowboy. Who makes it happen for you there, Chad?
Yeah, I got to thank hippiespaintshop.com for the great paints he does for me. You guys at ETV that get our asphalt assault, yeah, right. That's another night. Sorry, Full Throttle Cup Series.
Yeah, I make the same mistake often.
Yeah, and RSR boys for putting on this Full Throttle Cup Series, and Bob Earl Race Seats for putting up the end of the year prize. It's very cool of them.
You bet. And I'll tell you what a job here tonight. Chad Cole picking up the trophy second time in a row for the second year in a row. And got to feel pretty good. I'm going to throw it right down to Clint Monahan, the other Cowboy. He's standing by with Dwayne Vincent.
I should have been a Cowboy. Dwayne Vincent, you had a great run tonight. What was with the pit strategy you had? How did you plan that?
Well, that's where he got me, man. I took two, but I forgot to adjust the fuel, and just sat on pit road too long, taking on fuel that I didn't need, and then when I got out on the track, man, the darn thing was so loose on two tires with all that fuel, he just pulled away. And Chad was, I knew he would be good here. He's always good at Indianapolis, man, and I'm happy to finish second. He ran a hell of a race.
Now you're starting to run away with the points here. Is there anything that you'd want to do different or not do different coming up for the rest of the races here in the season?
Well, I don't know about running away with it. I mean, 30 points or whatever it'll be now isn't a whole lot, man. One mistake, one bad race, and you know, Chad will be right back in the lead. So just got to keep doing what we're doing and hope for the best.
Dwayne, you're one of the guys to beat every week. I know. I've only from the open races I've done with you in pro, and then I did one truck race with you in RSR last year. I happened to win. I was throwing SHIT against a wall. But what are your plans for the rest of the season? How do you are you going to try to be more conservative now that you have the lead, or what's going on?
No, man. Just like I say, just keep practicing as much as I can, and I'll be moving into a new home probably in the next month or so. So that's going to take up some time. But just try to keep doing what I'm doing, man. Because if not, you fall off the pace, you know, so just got to keep doing what we're doing.
And who do you want to thank?
All my teammates, Red Ass, Bob Earl for sponsoring this stuff, all you guys at ETV, and everybody at RSR for everything they do, man. We appreciate it.
That's Dwayne Vincent. He finished second after a mess up on pit road. Jade Cowboy is with our third place finisher.
Tequila Joe, and I'll tell you what, they got the bottles open down here on pit road. I'm standing by with Jose Gonzalez, the 26 car down here. Jose, what a night for you, bud.
Sí, bueno, estuve corriendo a la par con todos ellos, pero me puse a correr.
Too much
Hey, I got
tequila tonight.
I got you, Jose. I got you. I understand.
Say that now in English. Well, no, maybe you better not.
Okay. No, it was a great race. It was fun. I was running pretty well, and I know Chad is he's great with pit strategy. I mean, every race I think I'm close to him. He pulls something out of the hat, you know. And I went to pit like, I don't know, 20 laps before them, or 10, 15 laps before them. And when I went to the pit, And I came out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna, catch these guys because I'm gonna be a little faster with the 4 tires. And all of a sudden, he comes out like 7, 8 seconds in front of me. And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go again.
Uh-oh, here we go again. I'll tell you what, yeah, we saw you and Guy Snyder in a 27 car, both of you pitted right there on the same lap, one right after the other there. And we thought, okay, this is going to be the start of the green flag pit stop. So, you guys got your tires and come back out. So we were looking for Cole and Vincent to come on down pit road, at least the next lap, maybe 2 laps later. But they kept on going like the Energizer buddy, just kept on going and going and going. So was it a mistake coming in a little bit too early, do you think, Jose? Or do you think you had something for Dwayne and Chad up there?
Nah, I should have stayed out with them. I should have just looked at whatever Chad did and follow him.
Well, hey, you know what? You're inside the top 10 on the points. It's got to be a pretty good night for you. 177 back from Dwayne Vincent up there in front, but hey, looking pretty good going into the chase, do you think?
Yeah, I missed 2 races. Actually, I got wrecked on Daytona, the first race of the year, very early, and so I had to qualify from there on, and I missed 2 races because I couldn't qualify in. So I got 2 races less than everybody else, and I have to, I've been catching up slowly, but I think I got pretty much the same amount of top 10s as much of the guys in the chase, so I'm feeling good.
Good job. Who makes it happen for you, Jose?
Well, I want to say hello to my fantasy group, NASCAR fantasy group, Rebecca, Tito, Ronald, Myrna, and the Dr. Love. We all have fun doing NASCAR, and my girlfriend, Jareli Manning, she's still recuperating from a broken leg, and she's gonna start putting some weight on the leg this week, so I'm looking forward to that. And Hippies Paint Shop, you know it, facebook.com/Hippies Paint Shop. You can see all the paint jobs we do up there, and I thank everybody, and Frank Coons, my team sponsor.
All right, my compadre, Jose Gonzalez, Tequila Joe, we like to call him here at ETV Live. What a solid finish, 3rd place for him here tonight. And Clint, I'll tell you what, Cowboy, one of them races here at Indianapolis again, and I'll tell you, what a finish here tonight.
There's some guy at the beginning of this race that said this was going to be a good race, and I wish I could find him to congratulate him.
You think?
That was me. That was me.
That was you,
Oh,
wasn't it?
pat on the back. Here's a beer for me. I already drank it. Never mind. Another fantastic race from these guys on Monday nights, and this also translates to Thursday nights in the races I'm in. Hopefully next week or next year I could start running on Mondays. I hate to say that, JD, but because this is an absolute brawl and I want to be a part of this too. But I enjoyed this race, and there's nothing else I would have rather done for the past 3 hours.
I'll tell you what, I've pretty much given up watching the NASCAR races on Sunday afternoons. I'd much rather sit here and watch these Full Throttle Cup races on Monday nights and the assault races on the nationwide races on Thursday nights here on ETV Live. And you can catch it all right here live on ETV Live, etv-eplay.net. And I want to throw a plug in here for another series coming up, Season 3. This all starts on August 1st. And let me tell you something. If you're a Silver Crown, well, if you're just a short track aholic, and you love them sprint cars, let me tell you, just like putting a wild bull and going for an 8-second ride between your legs, these Silver Crowns, Tour Modifieds, and the sprint cars all coming at you. Put a deal together with Double Clutch Marketing Group. One more time, Eddie Walzik presenting the Silver Crowns, the Tour Mods, the sprint cars. We've got a double header coming up on the 15th and the 29th of August. So all live right here on Channel 1 and Channel 2 on ETV Live. You do not want to miss this if you are a huge short track fan. So, but I'll tell you what, Cowboy, for Clint Monahan up here in the booth with me, Evan Pasoko, he's off, I guess, visiting, I was told, not Grandma now. He's back from Grandma's. He's up with some friends up in Canada where he hails from. And, of course, John Wessling, well, I call him Magic Fingers, down in the booth, downstairs in the trailer pushing the buttons on the cameras. As always, hey, that's it from Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Full Throttle Cup Series from Real Sim Racing. We'll catch you next time on ETV Live.